Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are. I have a monthly 1-hour hangout on Discord called Talk Shop, where we discuss all manner of things related to being an entrepreneur and running an art business. These are some questions from a recent Talk Shop. Mina from Los Angeles asked, when I work on a project and take a break for more than a weekend, by the time I return, I often find I've forgotten 80% of the project, the tasks last completed, and what needs to be done next. I can catch myself up after a couple of hours, but I'm sure there's a better way of combating this besides my current checklist. Have you ever experienced this? And if so, how do you combat it? Okay, so I think we've all experienced something like this in the sense that we do something that we know and understand in the moment, and then when we leave and come back to it sometime later, it's all gibberish. My solution to this has been to think of my future self coming back to this project or to this extended bit of customer service or even this video game in some cases as a completely separate person from the current me. So ideally, before I go away, I write detailed notes not to remind the current me of something, but more like to instruct the next person coming to this task, which is actually future me, right? On what happened and what needs to occur next, who I'm waiting on, who's waiting on me, what my next series of immediate tasks are, etc., etc. I actually use this future me strategy a lot. When I take notes from a phone call, I used to just write down reference numbers or codes or whatever, which I obviously forget what they are when I'm cleaning stuff up and find papers with random stuff on it, and I don't know if it's important or not. So I take an extra 2 seconds to mark down what is this reference number in regards to, who does this phone number belong to, or who is this person whose name I wrote down. I also organize and sort things for future me. Like, if I get a new gadget or have to file reference for a new project I'm doing, I don't just stick that gadget wherever there's space for it or put those files in a random folder on my desktop. I think, when future me is looking for this thing, where is he or me likely to go looking for it? And then I put those things there. So those are my strategies for helping me help me. But I'll be honest with you, in like the first 10 years of Imaginism Studios, I don't think I really had time off. I remember traveling someplace for a friend's wedding, and even then I had my laptop and was doing work whenever there was downtime from partying. Like, I hear all the time about centering yourself and how to maintain work-life balance, but having come through the startup process a few times now, I personally think that's a myth. People say that this company or that project is my baby, and it's almost literal. If you have a small business that relies entirely on you because you are the product and the service, and you are the only employee, well, you really are like the parent. When we were trying to get Imaginism Studios and Schoolism going, just like when my kids were born, my wife and I were trying to get them growing up healthy, sacrifices inevitably need to be made. Maybe that's an old school mindset, I don't know. But there's no work-life balance when your business is desperately trying to sell product or get jobs. Just like there's no work-life balance when one kid is teething and the other has a fever and neither of them can sleep. That's not to say you shouldn't go on vacation, but you know, the vacation of a small business owner is not the same as the vacation of a 9-to-5 worker bee. I guess we can just leave it at that. Okay, next, Danny from Studio Rumble in Colorado Springs asked, in a world where we're seeing companies profit off consumers, social media, fashion, etc., slowly turning them into products, how can a company ensure they care for their customers? Now that's a really great mindset, and I applaud you for asking this question, Danny. So this video is turning into a real talk video. Well, I think the thing is, at its core, all business is adversarial. You, the business owner, and the customer want opposite things. You want to charge the most you can for the least you need to deliver, and the customer wants to get the most while paying the least for it. You want to charge
$1 million
for your art, and your customer wants it for free. Of course, neither of you are going to get what you want, so the price you end up transacting at is basically the compromise between
$100 billion
and $0. Okay, so this is to say, caring for your customers is ultimately going to cost you, whether that's through an extremely generous refund policy or tons and tons of extra revisions because you're not happy until they're happy, or something else along those lines. Customer care directly takes money out of your pocket, which is totally fine if you make plenty of money. Like, I think we've probably all fantasized about all the good we would do if we had Elon Musk's money.
What are your superpowers again?
I'm rich.
Or how much more humanizing we would make the work if we ran Amazon. Like, if instead of making $100 billion by making fulfillment workers pee in bottles, we could make $50 billion but give employees breaks every hour and paid time off, we would do the latter and make life better for thousands of people in one fell swoop. Which you can totally do, but you gotta make money first. If your art business made $1 million profit in a year, that's how much you can conceivably spend on caring for your customers through refunds, giveaways, scholarships, or whatever. But you gotta make money first. Anyway, I hope that helps. If you have any questions about starting or running an art business, please email Schoolism Help Desk at info@schoolism.com or leave it in a comment below and I'll try and do a future video about it. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.